Okay, in this tutorial, we'll learn how to put a texture in the background of an image using Photoshop. I'm going to start out in Lightroom. The easiest way to work with textures and photos is to put them in a collection so that you have easy access to both the files. So here's some textures and here's some images. So I'm going to select this texture and this image and edit them in Photoshop. And the way you do that is right click, go down to edit in, but you don't want to select this first one. You want to go down and open them as layers in Photoshop. So select open as layers in Photoshop. And that will take those two images and send them off to Photoshop and open them up as layers. So here we are now in Photoshop, and it's loading the layers down here. And you can see you've got the pattern layer on top with the image down below. And if you look, the images are different size. So if we tried to merge these two together, it wouldn't work very well because only part of this image would be affected by the texture background. So the first thing you need to do is modify this to be the same size. And the way you do that is by going to transform. Now you can use the quick key, which is Control T, to transform, or you can go up under Edit, Free Transform. And now you can see you've got handles on this image. So we can grab this corner and we can bring it down there. And then we can grab this one. All right, stretch it down there. So now the texture covers the whole image, which is what we want. So go up there and say OK, and commit that. Now you can see, all we can see is the texture, but we want to apply that texture to the background. And the way you do that is through the blending modes. And so that's this little window here. By default, it comes up normal. And there's a pull down here. So you select that. And you got lots of different blending modes. And as you move your mouse through them, you can see it change to the way it's going to process them and look. So you just find one that you like and then go ahead and select that. So overlay looks okay. Let's go with overlay. And then by doing that, now you can see the background behind the image. You can also change the opacity, which basically increases or decreases the effect. So right now it's at 100. We can bring that down. You can see it's a little less. Let's go with right there, about 64%. And you go, okay, that's not bad. And then to go one step further, if you want to remove some of the texture from the image itself, then all you have to do is create a layer mask. And that's this little icon down here in the lower right-hand corner. So we've added now a layer mask to the texture. And we want to paint on this layer mask to hide the texture off of the image. So we do that by selecting the brush tool and black, which will get rid of it where we paint. And you can see that it's the mask that's selected. You got to make sure that the mask is selected in order for this to work. And I've got my flow set at 39%. And I'm going to increase my brush just a little bit. And you don't have to be real accurate because it's just sort of, so I'm painting over parts of the this flower, and what it is doing is it's hiding the texture that's behind this. And you go, okay, well, I got this stem. How can I do that? Well, an easy way is to make your brush about the same size as the stem. So I'm going to reduce the size of the brush and click at one end, and then hold down the Shift key and click at the other end, and it draws all the way through there. Now, if you look at the mask, it's hard to see in this little icon, but you can see the black on here, and that's the parts where we're hiding the texture. So there you have it. There's an image with a background texture that we added in just a few minutes using Photoshop.